Stadler, where are you? Get back in your cubicle. I'm not paying you to uncubicle yourself.
Hello everyone. Well, we had really good intentions with the last video from the couch, where we were going to shoot lots of video and keep everybody updated on how our summer went. We kind of failed at that.
Miserably.
Yeah. We shot bits and pieces here and there, and then recently I've been going through them trying to figure out how to put them together enough to put them out to you guys, because it is part of the story on how we got here. What we decided to do is we're going to do a little kind of 3-part update and
Catch up.
Yeah, a catch up.
Without the mustard and relish.
Boo. But anyways, it's a catch-up video. It's because there's a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, there's footage here and there. We're going to break it into 3 parts. So this is part 1. And from here, we're going to bring you along the ride of our last, what is it, 8 months now? Yeah,
Is
about
it
8 months.
That long already?
Yeah.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9 months.
9 months. Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
And we haven't killed each other yet.
No. What do you mean yet? So anyways, here we go.
In this bit, we will show you the the final parts of packing up the house, the garage sale. We did garage selling, Kijiji, Craigslist, and when we were just done with all the selling, there were some beautiful elderly ladies from a charity who I just took every little bit of the last things to them to sell at their store, and the proceeds went to a seniors center, and they invited me for tea and cookies, and it was just rewarding to give the rest of my things to a very good cause. It made me feel really good. So here's the ending part of the going away from the house. Hi, Lua. Do you want to give everybody a tour of what we have left? Hi. Say good morning. Good morning from the dog. No? Okay, so this is what is left.
So while we were packing up the house and getting all that kind of stuff straightened out, we did have a plan. We were looking at camp host jobs online, and we'd found one at Lac Lejeune, which is about 45 minutes south of Kamloops. It was a provincial park, and they were advertising for a host. So what essentially happened is we went out there and kind of looked around, and it was still winter. There was lots of snow. So but we did go and look just to see, like, how big is this park? You know, what's the lake like, etc., etc. So we went out there for a little bit. There's a little bit from that. So LaDonna and I decided to come and check out this campground, which is still closed, as you can see with all the snow. It's Lake Lejeune, just outside of Kamloops, and we're considering possibly applying to be camp hosts here for the 2017 season. I'm pretty sure I have a job in Kamloops, so I'd be commuting back and forth, but we could both handle this no problems if we were to get it. So we're still thinking about it, but I'm thinking we might just apply, and if we get it, it was meant to happen, and if we don't, it wasn't. So we came here and looked around and walked around in the snow and took Louie the dog-faced boy out for a walk. Say hello.
Hello.
Bit of a commute, but you know, the road was pretty good going in and out, and it was a pretty big provincial park with all the amenities. So we messaged that guy, and about a week later there was still no response, so we harassed him some more, and I think it took another few days before he got back to us, but he did get back to us, and
He offered us a job as park operator with Roche Lake Provincial Campground.
yeah. And where's Roche Lake?
Roche Lake is 40 minutes east. Oh, I'm so bad with directions.
Yeah, south, a little southeast
Of Kamloops.
of Kamloops, yeah.
And it was a dirty
Dirty road.
It was a dirt road, and it was pretty much up the mountain. It wasn't a cool drive, but my duties were just amazing. I loved that job. In all of my 40 plus years of career and jobs, that was the best job ever. I registered campers. I met new people every single day. I had my own truck to drive around with. I took care of 3 campsites: North Campground, West Campground, and Horseshoe Lake Campground. So my duties, sorry, I just got all excited. I loved the job. I registered campers. I cleaned pit toilets. I raked out campgrounds and cleaned out all the garbage, and there was a lot of garbage. But as I say, being outside, enjoying the nature up there, and working with lovely people, getting to meet people from all over the world, literally, in the campgrounds, was fun. Just absolute fun.
And one of the perks, we were able to stay up there, albeit very
Primitively,
boondocking basically,
Yes.
for the whole time. When did we go up? We went up the end of April.
April to mid-October.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a lengthy time, but at the end of it, we knew it was time. Yeah. And basically what pushed us out was it started to snow.
Yeah. The elevation is pretty high, so at a certain point, even in April, it's the 26th of April. We're at Roche Lake. It's snowing. I don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, we have nice big flakes coming down with the rain, actually, so it probably won't last long. But still, it's like May 1st and it's snowing. Anyway, I'm going back into the trailer because this is bullshit. Bullshit. It was cold, and then by October, it was like, okay,
Time to go.
when are we done here?
And not only that, a big thing that happened was we were specifically on solar because there was no plug in there. So with the cooler temperatures, we literally had no heat because our solar was running out, and that meant we couldn't run the heater.
Yeah.
So it was cold by the end. It was basically time to go.
Yeah, and that's kind of a different story because we went from the little trailer to a bigger one, which we'll touch on later. But yeah, so after getting the house cleared up, we packed everything up and went to Roche Lake. So here's a little bit of that. Where did we go today?
We took Kahlua to the dog park, to the off-leash dog park, the first time ever.
And?
And he was awesome, and he was amazing, and he listened, and he's kind of vibrating. But he did really well for his first time at the dog park.
Yeah. We all needed to get out.
Yes, definitely. How you doing, Louie?
So it's the last day of getting stuff out of the house, and we had a load for the dump. Getting here, we found out that it's free dump day. So this is the lineup we're in to go dump our stuff. And somebody over here is hungry, which doesn't bode well for me keeping my head. Somebody gets cranky when they're hungry.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah. So yeah, we're waiting in line at the dump. Just one of those little things that you have to do when you're minimizing. All right.
Oh, and what are we doing? What are we doing tonight? Like, as in when we're done everything. Where are we going?
Somewhere.
Where?
To our new home.
That's right. Today's the day.
Today's the day. If we ever get out of the dump.
my second day up at Roche Lake Campground, I took Lou for a walk and I noticed that there was a Roche Lake fishing lodge. So I just was taking a boo around, and a big, huge, beautiful lab comes round out of the forest, and he comes running for us, and I was just like, oh, but he was friendly. And then his owner came out, and his name is Fred Wells. Awesome guy, great friend. And he looks at me and he says, hey, you looking for a job? And I said, well, I am the park operator down at the Roche Lake Campground. If you could fit me into the schedule, I'd love to work there too. So I spent the summer doing 2 jobs. I was in housekeeping, and it was so much fun there. It's a great, fun place. And it's for people who like to fish. And I would like to do a quick shout out to Fred Wells, hi, and Jillian, and my partner in crime, Helga, and our closest and dearest wonderful friends who we met and had a great time with, Adam and Stacy.
Yay.
We miss you guys.
Yeah.
We miss everybody. Oh, and Rosa and John too. Hi.
While LaDonna was working her ass off at 2 jobs through the summer, before we even went up to the lake, I'd landed a full-time job in Kamloops at a heavy equipment company, and I was commuting in and out, up and down the road. They graded it, 3 times through the year? So for a few weeks each time, it was like, ooh, this is okay. You know, it was gravel road, but it was graded. But then as it would get close to needing a grading again, it got pretty rough. So my commute was very, what's the word? Unfriendly a lot of the time, but you do what you got to do, and we made it work. And you know, that's part of the story of how we got here. So hope you enjoyed the little bit about us getting up to Roche Lake. That was essentially the secret cliffhanger that we left the couch with, was that we got camp host jobs, and we were gonna go live for free while we worked
To save up for
the
new rig.
And the new adventure.
And there we have it, folks. That is the end of part 1 of our catch-up videos.